Hi, and welcome to episode 22 of Crystal Knits. My name's Tara. I'm coming to you from White Plains, New York. This is a knitting and crochet podcast. You can follow me on Instagram and Ravelry at Crystal Knits. I also have a Ravelry group called Crystal Knits where we are currently doing a cow. So any blankets that you have made in 2018, feel free to enter. We have already 2 entries, one of which made the cutest little dragon to go with her blanket. I just love it. So go put in your blankets, check her out. It's adorable. I wish I had patience to make those little animals. I really do. I have about like 3 kits to make them. I've been making a Mickey Mouse for about 2 years now. And it's like that big. And I buy them, but I just don't have the momentum to make them. And I know I really want to get done a fox for my son Justin for his first Christmas. I don't know. Maybe this month I'll just sit down and just embrace it and do it. I don't know. But they're really, really cute, so go check them out. And for my entry this is from Mary Maximum in her Prism yarn. And it is called the Granny Textured Blanket. And, oh, maybe it's, no, I didn't start there. I don't know why this little guy's there. But I think I started, oh, here it is. I did this much since the last time you saw me. I haven't really done that much on this because I'm really trying to get through my whips. I have way too many project bags, and they're all over the place right now, and I'm just getting tired of it. And also I have project bags with yarn for future projects. So I'm just trying to get rid of the mess so it's a little bit less cluttered in my house. I just feel like the walls are caving in lately. And we're in the process of, my mother's old bedroom is going to become my oldest son's Nikki's bedroom. But I have to rip the whole entire room apart, get rid of everything of hers, which feels weird because she's still alive. So it feels weird throwing out all her stuff. But she's not going to use it because she's sick. So I have to do that, and then I'm going to move all his toys into that room when I finally do it. And right now my son Justin is like roomless. So he's in our bedroom sleeping, but his furniture is in the den. So it's just such a mess. Like, my skin crawls. I can't take it. Like, I always refer to myself as Monica from Friends. I got her personality to the T. I drive everyone crazy, and everyone around my house is like a Joey. So it's just, and there's 5 of them against one. Is it 5? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 5 of them against me. I can't win. It's just not going to happen. It's just not. So it gets very frustrating. I let it go a lot, but yeah, so I feel like my knitting is the one thing I can control because they are not allowed to go near it. So I'm trying to get rid of these bags, so at least I get rid of that. Eventually what I would love to do is I have my little wall of craft here. It's not even all yarn. I got needlepoint here, got where I make my bags and everything. But where I have my son's furniture right here, I'm going to put a little sewing desk so then I can move my sewing machine over there and it's out of the dining room. And I could put the fabric underneath the sewing machine. And maybe I'll get a little bookcase and put my project bags and my knitting books over there. That's what I'm hoping for. Keep your fingers crossed that this happens. But again, I got to get through everything else. And as a mom, you know how it is. You feel like you're constantly cleaning. I clean one room. I turn around. By the time I'm to the second room, it's back. So I'm cleaning the same rooms over and over again. I never get to that bedroom. So hopefully soon I will, because I don't know where we're going to put the Christmas tree right now. Clutter. I can't take it. I really can't. But anyways, back to knitting. My little rant on insanity. But I can't wait till this to be done. It's about the size of a lap blanket right now. It really is. And I'm using, what hook am I using? I'm using a G hook. So it's like that big. It's getting there. I think I'm going to have to order more yarn though. Because this is technically supposed to be a baby blanket. And then I decided to make it to a blanket for me. So I think I'm definitely going to have to order more yarn soon. That's cool because I'll just order more yarn and I'll get the yarn to make the hand towels that I've been wanting to make for Christmas. So it's a win-win. Yeah, there you go. Now, other things, I'll just do a lot of FLs. I have so many FLs. It's crazy. This is my first. It is the Hotafuya cardigan from Hiruko Futsatsu. And it is on Azula. Where is it? I can't even see. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Azula yarn. I don't know why I just wrote Azula. It's the squishy base. The color is navy. I used 3 skeins to make this. Let me stand up so I can show you. It closes for me. It's just the neckline is really weird. I'm not crazy about this neckline. As you see me, I'm constantly going like this. I think I'm going to get a pin and just put it like this maybe. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. But I do love it. It was very easy to make. Unfortunately, it took me about 9 months to make it. But I did wear it to Rhinebeck. And I did go to Rhinebeck. I know last podcast I said I wasn't going to go because of my husband lost his job and everything. And I was feeling guilty. Our circumstances, well, he still hasn't gotten a job. And I'm not going to go into that tyrant. But we got like some kind of rebate check or something. We don't even know where it came from or anything. And my mom and him were like, go. Just go. So I got a little bit of stuff. I wasn't as bad as I usually am. And I had a lot of fun. It was a little stressful. I'll go more into that later. But I got to wear this to Rhinebeck. And we actually got to wear it because it was not hot. Thank God. And it was just cool enough that I got to just wear this. I didn't have to wear a jacket or anything, so I was really happy. And my second FO is A Girl's Best Friend. And this is by, who is this? Isabella Kramer. And the yarn is Vine Spice Cider, which I am so excited she started dyeing it again. She's actually came out with a new pattern with this colorway. I want to make everything in this colorway. It's like my favorite one. It's just the perfect fall color. So I thought if you can get your hands on it, go for it. It's beautiful. And these are on her, this is on her Blitz based. Then I went to, well, let me go on the bottom. The second colorway was Alma from Sweet Sparrow Yarns on her Magpie base. And then Blackberry Mousse on Sweet Sparrow Yarns on the Magpie base again. I think these colors went so well. As soon as I saw the mousse with the spice cider, I had to make something. I was like, I need green. So I got so excited when I found that Julie made that color. This is one of my favorite shawls. The only thing that was a little stressful to make, which if you have little kids, do this at night, was when you did the lace. Because you have to make 5 into 1 stitch. So making the 5 into 1 stitch is not a big deal, but when you go back the other way and you have to make sure you knit the 5 stitches, if you get distracted, it will easily fall off the needle. So I definitely recommend doing the lace part at nighttime if you have little kids running around. Luckily I only, sorry I'm sick. But luckily I only did one mistake. And it was stupid because I was paying attention to my son. Yes, that's how I learned not to do this during the day. And I didn't do the 5 stitches. I just knit 3, knit 3, knit 3, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot to do it. And I went through the whole second row when so I had to go back. That was hard, having to take out this part. It was very hard, but I did it, and it came out beautiful. I made it a little bit bigger. Usually when I make a pattern, I go down a needle size. So this one, I actually went up a needle size, or I went to the actual needle. So it's a little bit bigger than it should be, but I just knew I was going to live in this shawl. Oh my gosh. Look how pretty it is. I love it. So I got really excited. The only thing also I wish I would have done, in the instructions it says you could do a regular bind off. And then in the preface it says, or you could do a squishy a stretchy one if you want. I wish I would have done the stretchy. I regret it, because when I was trying to do the stretchy, it looked a little messy. Not thinking that when you block it, it's going to come out much nicer. So I used a regular bind off. It's a little tight. I don't know if you can see. So I definitely recommend doing a stretchy bind off with this. And I'm going to maybe even take it out one day when I have a lot of patience and redo it, I think. So I got a lot of Alma left over. So it's not a big deal if I have to actually cut it or something. I have to redo a few rows on this part. I'm fine with that, and I'll just reblock it. But I think I might do that because it just gets on my nerves. Look how tight that one piece is compared to the rest. So now I know when I do shawls, even though it says you could do a regular bind, I think I'm just going to go straight to stretchy. I've learned my lesson. Yeah. Again, let me show you one more time because I love it. Oh my gosh. Look at these colors in that. Part of me, I almost didn't make it in the mousse because I see it's more a raspberry color in the spice cider. But now I'm glad I did. Because I'm not really, I do like raspberry. This is a cherry red actually. It's not coming out too well because the lighting, I'm going to hopefully invest in some real lighting soon. but I feel like a little muted. But this is like a cherry red, and this is more like a raspberry. I'm not really into these colors, but I think I'm turning more into these type of things because I've always been into pastels. So, but this just makes me so happy. I can't even. Oh God. Definitely recommend this pattern. The whole thing was a joy to do. I started this when I was at Hershey Park on my first vacation with my family. I was so excited. So it's going to have a lot of good memories to it too. I love it. Okay, so that's that one. Now you're really going to be in shock, people. Absolutely in shock. I have 2 FOs of socks. Yes, 2. Not 1, but 2. I don't know what happened. I all of a sudden became a sock knitter. So these are the Diagon Alley socks from Knitting X-Pack. X-Pack. Sorry, the cold. And it is by the Cozy Knitter in her Franken Feet colorway. Am I right? I'm doing this from memory, people. Yes. I started these last year, and I knit very strangely when it comes to socks. I don't understand why, but sorry. But I seem to have to get a really small needle gauge, and the smallest on this one I think was 64 stitches, and that was just not. I did it on a size 0 needle, and they were so big on me. I did not like them. I stopped knitting them for about a year, and I picked them up in September again, and I was like, I started knitting on it a little bit. I was like, no, this is not. These are too big. What am I thinking? So I took the whole thing apart. I went up to a size, I think it was, what is it? US 2.75 millimeter needle, and then I subtract 12 stitches to the stitch count. So it was a little hard to figure out how to do the German short rows because she has like really good directions on exactly how to do it. So I had to go to watch a couple of videos to figure out how to make the German short rows fit my sock, because as I said, the smallest she did was 64 stitches. So, and that's a lot of stitches to take out. It's 12 stitch repeat. So I don't know. It came out perfect though. I was very nervous about doing it, but after I did the first sock, it was perfect, and I couldn't wait to cast on the second one. So I got both of them done. Yay. And then my second sock is from Helen Stewart of Curious Handmaids. It is the Magnolia socks. And again, it is my favorite sock dyer, Cozy Knitter. And it is in her Old Romance base. I actually have another skein of this in a sparkly yarn. I want to see if I could figure out how to design a shawl with stripes. I don't know, because I feel like, well, I'm getting into wearing these socks and everything. I am. I'm actually starting to enjoy it. Because originally I was such an anti-sock person, and now I love it. So I've been wearing these in the house a lot lately and everything. And also I think another reason why when I was pregnant, my feet swelled up so much that my socks didn't fit. Now they fit me. So I'm very excited. So here are my Magnolia socks. And these were knit on size 0, 2 millimeter. So look at that beautiful lace right there. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my God. Just love it. I love these so much. So I got those 2 done. And then I got more. Then my friend Meg from Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits, she has designed a pattern, and it is called the Pumpkin King hat. I actually bought her kit. This is the kit that she came out with. Isn't this cute? It's her first, I think it's the first pattern she actually designed and brought out. Published, I mean. I love it. It's so cute. My hair's going to get all crazy now. But isn't that adorable? I knit this in like 2 days. But I knit it twice actually because I did something. I don't remember what I did. I did something wrong. I didn't like how I did something, and I ripped it all out and I redid. I think it was this. I don't know, something. I did. So I by the time I was done knitting these 2 hats, my fingers were killing me because I did them so fast. I think she came out like not even a week before Halloween. She came out with this pattern, and I had to do it. And she got the yarn out to me really fast. It was amazing. So this is her pumpkin DK kit, And then the first color is Nebula, then Pumpkin Pastries, Dementor's Kiss, and what was the... No, wait. Oh, I guess Herbology is this one. Is that right? No, maybe this is Pumpkin Pastries, this is Herbology, and this is Dementor's Kiss. I think that's what it is. I have to switch on my show notes. And then my son wanted one, so I had to make him one. And this was really interesting trying to do, because I did it in worsted weight yarn. This is Karen's Simply Soft, Iris. Then I decided to do stripes. Oh my god. I forgot what the name of the technique I used. But it's basically, you know how when you change yarns or alternate yarns, you get that little like ridge? Well, I did the other thing that you get rid of the ridge, and it's really super, super simple to do. You just have to, you basically go 3 stitches, you drop the yarn, then next round when you picked up the other yarn, you go 3 stitches before where you drop that yarn, and then you slip the 3 stitches, and then you just continue with that yarn, and you just keep doing that. I don't know how it's going to work out in an actual sweater, because then, you know, you start here, and then by the time you get to this, you're going to start all the way over here. So I don't know how it's going to come out, but it worked amazing in this hat. I felt like purple is, my son loves purple, I love purple, but I felt like it was a little too girly. So I wanted to make it a little bit more boyish, and that's why I did the black with it. And then this is called Neon Yellow, which I don't get because it looks green to me. And then Neon Orange. So I did that. It fits in perfectly. Then I wanted to make him a fall one. Unfortunately, I did this while I was under cough syrup. And I apparently knit very tight when I'm in cough syrup. I should not do color work while under the influence of medication. This came out so beyond tight that it doesn't even fit my baby. But it's wet right now, so I don't know if you can see that doesn't really look right now. So I'm blocking it. I stretched it out a lot. I think it's going to fit Justin. I hope it fits Justin, because I hate that I did all this work for nothing. Also, I wish when I didn't do the jack-o'-lanterns, I thought it was cute having a pumpkin and then these are like trees in my mind. I thought it was going to be really cute, but it doesn't really look like a pumpkin without the face. So I'm going to look for a different fall hat to make him. Definitely recommend if you do this, put the face on. Do not make an on one, because that's what makes this hat, is that little face. But it's really cute, and I think this is Forest Green from Karen, Simply Soft. This is the Sage colorway, brown, and then persimmon. I think that's what it is. You know, that fruit, the persimmons. But this is a really nice fall combination, these colors. I'm definitely going to make him a hat with this. And I'm hoping this fits his head. Actually, I was really bad when it was wet. I put it on Justin. He was screaming at me. I was like, sorry. But I just want to know if it fits. And I just want to say, well, other than this one, look at my floats. Look how good they are. Alright, this is the second time I did color work. Alright, I'm going to show you my first color work. I just started about a month ago. But look how beautiful it came out. So as long as I don't do it when I'm on medication, I'm good. I found it a lot easier than I thought it was going to be to learn color work. So if you're afraid or intimidated, don't be. Go for it. It's very simple. It's kind of like cross stitch but with yarn. It was very easy for me to do. I thought I was going to lose my spot and everything. Actually, this next project that I finished, I did it without even using a place marker, which I definitely recommend using a place marker. A couple times I got lost. I don't know why I did that. This is my first color work I've ever done in my whole entire life, so I was so excited. I was like freaking out on Instagram about this. This is the Baba hat by Donna Smith, and the colors are all numbers. So A is 00158, B is the white, and that's 00101, C is the black, so that's 00109, and D is the rose, 00116. All these are in my show notes, so go to the Ravelry page of Crystal T Nets and you can find them. But how cute is this? I love this hat so much. I was so excited. Look, fits me perfectly. First time I ever did color work. No scrunching, nothing. It's perfect. And I actually have enough white and black yarn left to make a second hat. So I have to go to the shop in Nyack, is where I got this yarn. I'm going to get probably a light blue up here and then a green, either a light green or a dark green down here. Maybe I can do a dark blue. I don't know. But my son wants one too. So I'm definitely going to make him one. And it's a good thing 'cause I got a small head. So, and the ribbing is because it's double banded. It's able to, now I remember what I did with the other one. Okay, sorry. All right, I'll go back to that in a minute. Mine's scattered. But it's double banded, so it gets a little tighter. And my head's very small, so I can fit in a child-sized hat. So if I make this my size, Nick, it would just be a little big on Nicky. So when he gets older, it'll fit him, and I could wear it too. I just love this hat. It's just so cute. I mean, oh, God. Definitely recommend doing this. I used a size US 3 3.25 needle. And now I remember what happened with the other hat. Because Megan's stitch count was so big, and my head is so small, I went to take out stitches. I think this one I actually did the actual stitch count, and it came out fine. But that was like 90-something stitches on that. And I think I have to do 80 stitches for my head. Yeah, I know, it doesn't look small, it's small. So I had to take out stitches. So what I was nervous about, I took out some. I think I took out 10 stitches, and then I was like, oh, let me do twisted rib. And then when you do twisted rib and you fold it over, it gets super tight. Super, super tight. So that's why I had to take this apart and redo it a second time. I realized it when I was already like up to here. Like I got up there. And I was like, this is not going to fit my head. It's way too tight. I'm so glad I took it out. But again, I did the 80, I think I did like 84 stitches. And then I increased on the next row. I have it in my pattern notes if you go on my Ravelry page for this. If you have a small head too, so you can find out how I did it. So that's how I did that one to get it to be the right size. But that's why I ripped the whole thing. I knew there was a reason why I ripped it out. But I didn't think it was the color work. It was the ribbing. That's what it was. Yeah. That was not fun. So that's why my hands were killing me after I did these 2 hats in like, well, it was technically 3 hats because I was pretty much done with that hat in about like 4 or 5 days. And this I did, I was insane. I know I never leave the house. And I went to Michael's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I kept going to my house, should I go, shouldn't I go? I don't want to buy more yarn because I did some stuff at Rhinebeck. But Nikki really wants this hat. It'd be really cute to wear on Halloween. So this is the day before Halloween, people. I ran to Michael's. I got the yarn. I came home. I knitted this. I finished it around midnight. My hands were throbbing. I did not knit the next day. It was so bad. But this is just the most adorable hat. And I wish to God I made this in my size. I just love the stripes in the black and the purple. It's just the cutest thing. I'm so happy. And he loved it. He wore it the whole time he went trick-or-treating. So that makes me happy. He couldn't wait to put it on. He's upset about the fall hat, but I got 3 hats. I love it. I love color work. And I'm going to be doing another color work soon. I actually, when I first started knitting, I bought this really cute colorway. It was a little tam. I think it was from Valley Yarns. And it was reds and greens, and I think it had a little black in it. And it was just, it was color work, and I was like, yeah, I can't figure this out. I just started knitting now. So I put it aside, and now I'm going to try it. And I think because I did these perfect, I should be able to do it. Again, I'm going to wait till I'm not sick to do it, because I just don't want to waste that yarn, because that's good yarn. And hopefully, and also it's going to be a tam, so it's going to be bigger on me, so yeah. We'll see. Oh, this is from when I went to Hershey Parks. My little kiss. Isn't that cute? And I'm using my raspberry tea. Well, I'll show you this since I'm talking about it. I got these at Rhinebeck. So this is Let It Be. It's a raspberry oolong. They call it slimming. Basically, when you buy oolong, it's supposed to bring up your metabolism, and you don't really lose weight with this, people. Okay? I did not buy it because of that, because I know you are not going to lose weight from drinking this tea. It says it's slimming. It's supposed to bring up your metabolism. You have to do other things other than just drink the tea to lose weight. I have to say that. But it will help. But you're not going to lose weight from just switching to drinking this every single day. So don't buy it for that. It tastes really good. And then this is the Mango Amazon Black Tea. It's called Cheerful. And I would definitely recommend getting them. I'm very upset Tivana closed. So this was like my getting something like Teavana type drinks. I'm not a fan of David Tea's. I think it has like its weird aftertaste. And I felt Teavana was much more pure, their teas, so I definitely recommend them. Again, it's called Let It Be, and you can buy their stuff online. I'll write it down in the show notes too where you get this. It doesn't even say. I guess if you just look up Let It Be, it will come out. But these are really good. My son even liked them, so I got excited about that. Alright, so I think that's it for FOs. That's it, right? How many did I have? I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 FOs. That's what I have. Just 7. Whatever. So, my next thing is my Twinkle Twinkle Baby Blanket. This is a current whip that I've been doing. And this is from Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade. I made my son Nikki one last month, and now I'm making my son Justin this. It is in Knit Picks yarn. What is it called? I think I would know this. Oh, Knit Picks Gloss DK Winter's Night, which unfortunately is discontinued. And what stinks is I'm missing a skein for this blanket. I do not know where it went to. I used this yarn for another project, so I had half a skein left. So I'm hoping that's enough to make this as big as I made Nikki's blanket. I don't know. And then I'm going to have a border in the black colorway from them. I love this yarn so much. They are discontinuing a lot of colors, though. I don't know why. They said they're coming out with new ones. They haven't come out with any new yet. But if you like this yarn, go get it. It's very upsetting. They discontinued so many. I really wanted to try a couple of yarns, but I couldn't get them. So I'm very upset about that. And of course, they were all the colorways I like. They discontinued. It always happens to me. I don't know why people don't like pastels. It seems like that's what Knit Picks is getting rid of completely. Everything is bright or bold or whatever. I like pastels. And I'm doing these colorways because my son is named after, his middle name is Grayson, which is after Dick Grayson, who is Nightwing and the original Robin. So I did the Nightwing colors. I had to. I just had to. So I did, where is it? Where was I? Oh, I did a lot actually on this. I did from where this little skunk, I think it's from what's her name now? Well, it used to be Truffles Shuffle, and now I think she's Circus Tonic, I think her name is now. I did all that since you last saw. And I'm going to hopefully finish this soon. Part of me doesn't want to finish it because I like doing a brainless knit. I have this whole pattern memorized. It's very simple. When I'm tired, I do this. And part of me doesn't want to finish it because I do it when I'm tired. So it's nice to have this on the needles at all times. But part of me is also like, I am done with this. I need to get on to a new project. It's the second blanket I made for them. So, and it comes out really nice and big. Because I added, I think you went to 15 repeats, and I go up to like 22 repeats. So I'm hoping I have enough yarn to get to that point. I might just make it to 20 repeats, I think it was, or 21 repeats. I don't know. We will find out. Keep your fingers crossed I get to the 22. But it's beautiful. I love it. I love this yarn. It's so nice and soft, and it's priced very reasonably. But a lot of DKs are expensive. So that's why I usually go to the Knit Picks, because you need so many skeins of yarn to make a project usually, especially one this big. So definitely recommend that. And hopefully they will be coming out with new colors soon. Okay. So, what else do I have as whips? Texture rainbow. Oh, the cuff boot slippers. This project. I said, trying to get rid of my whips. I'm very aggravated with this project. I thought it was something I did when I started this last year, and I got mad at it because all of a sudden stitch count was crazy. And I'm like, how did I not realize stitch count went crazy on me? So I ripped it out completely, redid it again, same exact spot, the stitch count went crazy. It's the instructions. They don't say it properly, what you're supposed to do. And it's very aggravating because I don't know why when you do a crochet project, they don't go stitch by stitch verbatim. Where at knitting, they go stitch by stitch. So if you have to skip a couple stitches, they don't tell you where. You have to just figure it out. Who could figure this out, you know? So like I have to keep ripping out, figuring out where I'm supposed to put these stupid stitches. It's so frustrating. It's not even funny. The name of the project is Cuff Boot Slippers by Mary Maximum. I'm not a fan really of their patterns that much because I don't even have the picture of it. But basically it's going to look like an Ugg boot, but it's going to have this really cool like light blue stripe around it. And this is the first one I got. So, and I'm at the point where I made the mistake. So I took it out. I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure I took it out, and now I'm going to do it. But what I did now is that I started the second one. So when I get to that point, I'm going to have both shoes at the same spot. So when I figure it out, I go straight to the next one, and I could just do it really quick so I can get past this point because I'm fed up of crocheting this. It's just so frustrating. It's not even funny when a pattern doesn't have the right instructions. And this is all over the place. I think I got so mad I just threw it into the bag at that point. And it's just one of those things that it's so cute. You want it done, but because of bad instructions, it's just not going to get done anytime soon. And I got to have patience. My neighbor, though, crochets, so maybe she could figure it out when I get to that point if I'm having that much trouble with it. I don't know. Oh, and this is in my Molly Klein Designs space bag. So, yeah. Very frustrated with this project. Very frustrated. Oh, and the yarn is Mary Maximum where is it? Mary Maximum Titan Base. The yarn is really nice, though. I could see making a sweater out of this. It's very rough, but it's soft at the same time. It's really nice. I like the light blue one. Again, they have a lot of dark colors in this. I like the light ones. So, hopefully, this will be finished next time. I was so happy. I was going through this. Like, you would not believe. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get it. And I got to the same point. I was like, so mad. So then at that point, I got so aggravated. And my son's been asking for, like, socks and everything from me. And he saw me doing those, and he kept saying, I want slippers now. And my neighbor makes slippers. So she made some for her granddaughter, and she said she's going to make it for my son. I don't know if she is or not, because she thinks, she knows I do stuff, so she doesn't really make anything for us because I could do it myself, where she does it for people that don't make anything for themselves. So I don't know if she's getting it. So I made these for Nikki, and these are where are they? The Park Spin Slippers by Joanne Janes, Karen Simply Soft in Pagoda, and then Mary Maxim Best Value Colorways Deep Teal. I took both strands and I did 2 strands to make this. Aren't these cute? And they take no time at all. You just seam up the back and you seam up the front and you put a little pom-pom on it. Because Nikki was a boy, I asked him, do you want a pom-pom? And he wanted them. He's like fascinated by my pom-poms. Because when I made it from my Baba hat, I made a really big pom-pom. It was too big for the hat. So he's been running around the house playing with it all over the place. It's funny. And then I made myself one. I don't know where it is. Where'd it go? I don't know. It's somewhere. But I made myself one. And that one, oh, here it is. Now let's go with a new one. Well, I'm starting the next one on it. That's what it looks like. So, in it in one piece, and you just sew up the sides. Where's the one I had? That's annoying. Well, you'll see it in the next podcast. I'll probably have it done. Plus, I'm going to make one for Justin. They do not have, well, they have a toddler size, but they don't have a baby size. So I'm going to probably subtract some stitches and see how it fits on his foot. And then I'll have one for him. It'd be cute because we'll all have matching slippers. And these are so easy to make. I'm thinking about maybe making my mother-in-law and my mother a pair too. So I'm going to be making a lot of slippers. I liked how easy it was. And after the other one, yeah, I need something easy. That was ridiculous. So I think that is all that I cast on or made or whatever. So yes, that is. So the only other thing I have to show you, it's in my Molly Klein Hot Cocoa bag, Molly Klein Designs, and I designed my first sock pattern. Yes, I did. So I'm very excited about this. It's going to be out probably the first week in December. I'm going to try the first Tuesday in December. I'm not sure. Let me see what date that is. First Tuesday in December is going to be the 3rd. No, the 4th. So the 4th of December, I'm probably going to release this. It is called the Peppermint Hot Cocoa Socks. I am using for the sample Sweet Sparrow Yarns Peppermint Mocha. I don't know if you can see the little specks of red. There you go. There's the specks of red. So it's a simple textured sock. And then this one was just some leftover yarn I had from, I think Azula yarns in the natural base. So I just love this. Let me get a little bit closer for you. So this pattern should be out soon. I hope you guys like it. I'm very excited. It's my first sock pattern to make. So, and I did find out something really funny, which I'm a ditz. So I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but a lot of times they say round in sock patterns, and I thought it was just row, because there's just another way to say row. Because I just was knitting, yeah, apparently round means going in the round, which obviously, and row just means back and forth. Because I just did row and everything, because that's how I say row. I don't say round. And then my test knitting was like, you know, you got to write round. I was like, okay, ditz. Yeah, that's me. So, I'm so excited. And I have another 2 designs for socks that I have in my head. One, I have the pattern written up. I just actually have to knit the sock now. And the other one is going to be a lace one. The other one's going to be a textured one too. And then I'm going to have a lace one coming out hopefully soon. I know what I want to do with the lace, but I haven't been able to find a stitch that matches what I want to do in my head. So I might have to actually figure it out somehow. And we will see. But I definitely have, I'm excited for sock pattern. So, and I definitely want to come out with a baby blanket pattern soon. After I finish this, I'm going to start writing up a baby blanket. And one of those, they have these cakes, these big cakes that you can make one baby blanket. And then, but the sample of it in the store is so blah. It's basically just knitting in a square. It's no design, no nothing. I mean, I could probably have done the twinkle twinkle again in it, but it's just like, I want to make my own pattern. So I'm going to probably do like what do you call it, like a sample blanket, different types of knitting stitches throughout it. So that's what's coming up in my shop, hopefully soon. So check that out on December 4th. And that's all I have for knitty stuff. So I will talk about Rhinebeck now. So my son woke up. Hi, Justin. He's smiling at me. Okay. Gotta make this fast. He's gonna start crying. I don't want to hear it. But so I ended up going to Rhinebeck. I was very happy. It ended up the 2 days before we decided this, because I kept going back and forth, and I got really upset because Die Another Day podcast, Christina and Amanda, they said that they were going this year. They weren't going to go next year. So I really enjoyed talking to Amanda last year, and I was really upset that I wasn't going to be able to see her again, and who knows if she was going to come back to Rhinebeck ever again. So I was between that and then everyone telling me go, because I never get to go out of the house, and it would be nice if I did something for myself for once. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go. So I went on the day of the podcaster meetup, and I just from various circumstances in my house, it's hard to leave the house. By the time I got out, it was around, I got up there around noon. And I really wanted the plum fringe bag. So they said they had some there. I wasn't going to get it because of the money-wise. And then I was like, well, my husband's going to get it for me for my birthday present. Then they said they weren't making them anymore. So, at least not until sometime next year, maybe the spring or something. I was like, seriously? And I had it in my cart a couple of times, but I was just like, no, I'm not going to spend the money. So I heard that they had a shop there, and they're sold out everywhere else. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go get it. So because we got there so late, I did not get that bag. And I was very upset about it. And my husband felt bad for me because it wasn't my fault why we got there so late. And he knew I wanted it so badly. And so I was very upset about that and being late. And I was all like, you know. And then I have my oldest son. We had both kids with us. And it's a little hard to go to one of these fiber festivals with a stroller, number one, because you can't get into the booths. So it was just like constant, just you're just in the way of everyone, or they're in the way of you, and you can't really look at stuff. And then my other son's like pulling me all over the place. So I was just very like scattered, crazy mood. And I had to do the podcaster meetup because I really wanted to talk to like Julie and everyone. And I go there, and no one's there, and I'm freaking out like, oh my god, I missed it. And I was early. So it was the Ravelry meetup. So I went to see that. Then I went to go see my husband a little bit, and then we couldn't find the formula, so we were looking for the formula and everything. My phone apparently disappeared. I did not realize it disappeared over there, which was not a big deal. So my oldest son decided he wanted to go with me to the podcaster meetup, and I was like, okay, fine. So I brought him with me, and he's pulling me. So I went to go see Mina from Knitting Expat. I had the blanket I made for my son Justin, and I wanted to show her. It was the building blocks blanket. And I had that in my hand. I had my other son, Nikki, in my other hand. And all of a sudden, I'm like, where's my phone? I don't have my phone. And he's pulling me everywhere. And I couldn't find my phone. And I was freaking out, like crazy, because I don't know if you've ever been to Rhinebeck, but the hill is full of leaves everywhere. So I couldn't find this phone, and I'm just freaking out. And I go to my husband, like, do you have it? And we can't find it anywhere. And Nikki's pulling, he wants to go to do this, he wants to do that. And we're like, no, we got to find the phone. So I went back looking, I'm looking all over the floor. People are looking at me like I'm nuts, which I am nuts, let's face it. But I'm going crazy trying to find this phone and everything. And that's all I keep talking about is the phone. So when I was meeting the podcasters, I can't know what my phone is. I just lost my phone. Like, I kept saying that, and they were like, okay. So I started making good impressions with the people I finally met in real person. They probably think I'm a wackadoodle-doo, which I am. But I was just, like, such in a bad mood. I couldn't even talk to them about knitting, so I was just so focused on my phone and my kids and everything. So it wasn't as good an experience as I thought it was going to be. I mean, I did get to meet Kay from Crazy Sock Lady, Kristen from Yarn Cafe Creations, let's see, Amy from Stranded Dye Works. That was really cool that she was there because she's from England. So that was awesome getting to talk to her. I did meet Mina from Knitting Expo. I got to talk to Julie again. I was so happy to see Julie from Sweet Sparrow Yarns. It was so nice talking to her again. And actually, she was really nice. She sent me 2 skeins of yarn because I told her my birthday present was going to be the Fading Point shawl. I mean, not the Fading Point. What was it going to be? I don't remember what it was. It's Find My Fade shawl. And she had a beautiful kit, and it went on sale like a week before. And my husband's like, just get it, put it on the credit card, just get it so you have it. So I'm going to show you that right now because it's gorgeous. And then she nicely sent me these 2 skeins with it. I told her how much I wanted. I've been dying for it, and went on sale. I had to have it. So she was so touched by that. She sent me this. So, and these are 2 bases I've never used before. So this is really cool. This one's Plum Tart in her House Wren base. Isn't that beautiful? And you hear Justin going on. And then this is Sage in her Sandpiper base. Oh, and this is Superwash Merino 400 yards. Oh, and this one is Superwash Merino Nylon Tweed 85 15%, 438 yards. How gorgeous are these? So thank you so much, Julie, for them. I love them. And then this is the Find You Fade set. I'm not sure the actual... I know this is one of the last ones. Oh, Justin. Poor baby. I think it goes like this. So the first one is Wrapped Up in Books, the Gosling, which is Superwash Merino Cashmere Nylon 80 10 10, 40 yards. Look how beautiful. These are much prettier in person than in the pictures on her website, so I definitely recommend buying all these. I love them. I was in shock how much color is in these. Unfortunately, again, my lighting is not that great. I'm gonna hopefully invest in some real lighting because I don't wear makeup, so I'm very pale. And when I'm putting this on, I feel like everything's washed out. So hopefully I'll get more lighting so you can see the stuff better when I'm inside the house. I can't film outside anymore. But that's Wrapped Up in Books. Then I think the next one is Pajama Day, which again is the Gosling. Her cashmere blend. Then I'm going to say Flora is the next one. And this is her Magpie, which has gold stellina in it. Or silver stellina. I'm not sure what stellina is. Can't really tell right. I think it's gold. It's beautiful. This one I would love a sweater in. Oh my god. Then we go to Dusty Rose, which is the Sandpiper, and that's Superwash Merino. She like mixed all the bases in this. This is what I thought was interesting. I usually use the same base for everything. So I'm really excited about seeing how it looks, different bases together. Because I'm too anal to do that by myself. So someone did it for me and I'm happy. And then this one is Lumina, which I almost bought instead of Alma. Justin, I'll be there in a couple minutes, honey. he's in a swing like, I want my pacifier. I might have to stop to go give him the pacifier. So that's that. And it's in the Magpie again. I think I'm going to have to give him the pacifier. And then the last one is Alma. And that one is in the Sandpiper again. Look how different Sandpiper and Magpie are with the Alma, though. Isn't that crazy? Okay. So that's that one. You want your pacifier, honey? Alright, give me 1 minute. Oh, and this is my Molly Klein Designs tea bag. Oh my god, I love it. I wish the whole bag was this. I love this fabric so much. So the first day at Rhinebeck, I'm gonna try. Let me go get him. Wait 1 minute. I'm gonna put a pacifier in. Let's see if that works. Open up, open up. Alright, I am so sorry for that. I film on my iPad and you can't stop. And again, I really got to learn to get some time and learn how to edit. So sorry about that. But I think we're good for a little while. So the first day at Rhinebeck, again, was very stressful. My son keeps pulling me around. The one thing I thought was interesting with him was, though, that he kept looking at the looms and the drop spindles, which is very funny because I can't do that when he's around, and he was fascinated by these things. So I might have a loom in my future. I don't know. And it was really cool because there was a museum down there that I've never been to, but of course that's where my son goes to, and they have all these like animals. They're not real animals, but they're fake statues of animals, and he had to go in there every day. We had to go there because we ended up going 2 days instead of one because my husband felt bad that we got there so late, so he bought both tickets. So we had to go to this museum. We went in there, and the second day when we went there was a guy there doing a loom, and he actually taught me how to do it, which was really cool. And I figured out how like it works, because you know when you're looking at it on TV you can't see, but there's two things that go up and down like that. You just see it going down, you don't see the other one going up. So I was like, how does this thing work? And he was showing me, and it was really interesting to watch. So maybe one day I'll get a loom and I'll do that. I know I want to do drop spindles some more, but it's a little hard. So I haven't really had the patience to do that. Plus I don't really know what to do once you get the yarn. I know you have to ply it somehow and put it in a bath, and some people use piping. I don't know. I would love someone to actually come and show me how to do it, because I'm better when I see it, physically see it, and someone explains it to me than just saying, oh, you got to do this. And I'm like, what? I like seeing someone do it. So hopefully maybe there's a YouTube video I could look at to figure out how to do it. I don't know. We'll find out. But maybe that's in my future, which would be cool. So I really didn't get to see too much at Rhinebeck because my son kept pulling me everywhere, and I didn't want to upset them or anything. So, and the other thing was, like, because you have this, I could have let him and my husband go off one way. I could have taken Justin with me to go another way. But then I was like, if I do that, then I'm with the stroller, and I can't leave the stroller out in the curb, you know, while I go into the things. You can't bring the stroller into the little booths because it's too many people. In fact, I never got to Periwinkle Sheep because every time I went by, it was so many people. It was crazy. So I really didn't look at too much, but the one booth I had to look at was Coriander Farms, which is, okay, I can say this right. This is my favorite yarn at Rhinebeck. Every year I have to buy something from them. Sinsanigua. Yes, that's it. Sinsanigua. When you see the writing on it, it's a little weird. It's an Indian name. You would not know that has an S sound. So that's why I always get mad. But Sinsanigua. Hopefully next time I say this, I'll remember it right. And basically, you know how I want to make the sailing shawl? And I had two different bases from them. And one was really silky, and the other one was very rough. And then I bought the peach color in the silky one so I could make it, but it came out way too peachy. The other one I had was more of a pinkish peach, and I just didn't like the combination with the purplish brown that I had. So I brought it back to them and I said, do you have this in a lighter peach? Fortunately, it did not. So she let me trade it in this to this color. And I was like, I can make a hat with this or something. I think I'm going to continue with the sailing shawl with the two different bases. I'm just going to deal with it because I really like those two colors together. I got this. And one of the things I really wanted to do was make, I think it's going to be a swag sweater. I'm not too sure. I forgot what the actual name of the sweater I want to do. But it's basically one color and it has this big stripe here and it has lace and it has a little bit of color work here and a little bit of color work here. It's very simple. I figure that's a good first color work project for a sweater. So I said I got one of these pretty much, well, not really for free because I bought one already, but I didn't pay any money for this. So I was like, I only need 3 more skeins of this and then one of the contrasting color. It was no big deal. So I got more of this and then my contrasting color, if I can find it. Oh, come on, no coughing now. It's going to be this. So this one is, oh God, come on, stop. The Cove Collection, 425 yards. And it is the pokeberry. Same exact thing. Sea frost. Seafarer. Oh my gosh, stop. Stop. Give me 1 minute. I know what you're saying. This is the same exact thing that happened to me last year while I was pregnant. I don't know. It's my new thing. I start coughing in the autumn. I don't get it anymore. I am so sorry for this. I'll be fast. So I got that, and that's going to be that sweater. And then I got from these 2 greens the next day. That was all I bought the first day. I was good the first day. Oh, I was good both days. I didn't really buy too much. So that's all I got. And then the next day, when I went back to them again, I got, these are DK bases, Atlantic, and it's the Seaside Collection, 250 yards. Doesn't really say, I guess it's merino. And then this one is Cincinnati Waters. So I figured these two are going to look good together. I kind of wish I could have gotten enough to make a sweater. And one thing with their stuff is, though, you have to go see their yarns, I feel. Every single base, the same colorway comes out differently, it looks like to me. All across the board of their bases. More so than other dyers, I think. So you want to make sure you like the 2 of them. So, since I like these 2, I might end up ordering more eventually and just mix and match them. I don't know. Now, the other thing I got was my husband felt so bad I did not get the plum fringe bag, which actually I did get today. Hopefully it went through, everything was fine. I used a credit card, so I never use credit cards. I try to buy everything in cash. So it said it went through. I got the plum fringe bag because I was so depressed when I didn't get it. But my husband bought me this one because they had this one in stock as a surprise. So I got so excited when I saw that. Oh, and I got, this was from, who gave me this? Someone at the Podcaster meetup. I don't know who it was, but they gave me this. It was really nice of them. I don't see the card. My son was playing with my yarns everywhere. Yeah, I think we lost it. Well, maybe it's on the bottom of this bag. This is that yarn. That yarn. Where is this one? No, I don't know where it went to. But she was very nice, and she does a podcast, apparently. And she gave me this little skein. And then I got these pins. I got Miss Babs Iris. I got this from Pom Pom Quarterly. Queen of Wands. Pom Pom. Okay, there you go. That's better. And I got this one. It's a yarn with like a Sagittarius thing on it. Which is cool because I'm a Saggy. And then I got the sheep and wool feathers. I thought this was really cute. It's a ball of yarn, but it's a sheep at the same time. How cute and sweet is that? And then I got this from Crazy Sock Lady. And this from the girls from the Yarn Cafe. And I got to meet both of them. Got very excited. And I got a fringe bag finally. I know, and now I have 2. Only me. I go from 0 to 2 within a month. I know, I'm crazy. And it took me how long to get on the bandwagon? I don't know what it is with me. Whenever something is a fad, it takes me about a year or 2 to get into it. Like, everyone's been doing color work all year. Now I'm into color work. It's been over a year. Now I'm into it. So it always takes a while for me to be like, yeah, I kind of like it. It takes me a while. But I'm excited. I can't wait to actually use it. I hope I like it now that I have it. But I do like my other canvas bags from By the Bay. So I'm thinking like this. And I like the pocket in the middle a lot. That's what I think what sold me on these. When I saw my friend Katie's and they had that little pocket. So it's good for color work. And it's very large. I mean, look how big that is. I think it fits 5 skeins in here. So you could put a sweater in here. And today I think they came out with a big bag that you can use as a pocketbook and a knitting bag. I did not get that. Maybe one day. I don't know. I want to see how I like these first. But I'm very excited. And then the other thing I got, which was very shocking to me, was when I went, you can hear my son. He's like talking to himself like, ah. Sorry about that. He's so cute though. Oh my gosh. So, one of the things I did go was when I dropped my son off with my husband, I was like, I want to go to the book area. There's too many people in the book area. Can you watch both kids for a little while and let me go in the book area? So when I was in there, I got finally the pom-pom with the sweater with the moons. I wanted this so badly, like you don't know. And I kept looking at it online. I was like, no. So I found it. I wish I had more money. I probably could have bought the stuff, but I felt bad about buying what I did buy. And I didn't want to spend over $100 on books, but they had the newest one, which I want too. And then I wanted, they had interpretations, the last 2, I think, and I wanted those. One day I'm going to get them. I don't know. But I got this one, so I was very happy with this. So, that's what I got. And then, this is what was weird. I just happened to pass by Miss Babs by myself, saying, let me see. I got in there. I got into Miss Babs' booth. There was barely any people. There was no line, people. No line on Sunday. I couldn't believe it. So I got this for myself. This is the Yowza. It's a lightly worsted weight yarn. 560 yards in this one cake. I can't imagine how it's going to come out as a ball. It's amazing. And I never really paid much attention because my thing was when you go there and you see, I didn't really realize how many yards were in this. And DK again, I don't really buy too much of because I'm like, it costs so much money and you get so little yardage. This wasn't that badly priced for the amount of yards you got. It's amazing. If you get 3 of these, you get a sweater pretty much. Which for indie dyed yarn, that's amazing. And the name of it's Carnival. It's a wild iris, so I think this is never going to be made again. Unfortunately, I could not. Only found 1 skein of it. It is gorgeous. Oh my god. Look at the rose. Roses, rose and purples are my favorite colors, and mauve. Like, I honestly, I'm starting to think maybe rose is my favorite color. Because I go crazy for that. Because I know I want rose yarn to make my Rigolletta sweater from Joji Locatelli. And I had some and it wasn't the right weight. I was very upset it was not the right weight of the yarn. So this is just, oh god, look at that. When I start dyeing yarn, if I could figure out how to make a rose, I am so making that sweater, by the way. I have to have it rose. I don't know why, I just have to. It's been in my head. And then look, this purple's down here. Oh, I just love it. The only color I'm not crazy about is the orange, but I could deal with it. Not an orange person, but oh my god, I love it. And then I got my son, went back again, and my son came with me, and I got this one. So he wants a Hulk hat. He calls Hulk green. And the school actually wants us to stop him doing that, which I hate that they want to get rid of his individuality, you know. And I think it's so cute that he says Hulk. He could say green. I mean, you know he has trouble talking, but he says green. But it's so cute. He goes Hulk all the time. I don't know. And it's a Babette, which I don't know. And it says repeatable. And the name of the colorway is Terra. I think a Babette, like, it's repeatable, but it's always different, I think it is. And again, this is the Yowza 560 yards. I love these. They even had one that was a fingerling weight, and you just buy one skein, you got the sweater. I never realized that, because I was like, why is it $8? And then I look at the yardage, and I was like, okay, that's amazing. I would definitely go buy that. If you hear that noise in the background, my dog Spunky's like dreaming. Oh my god, I can't take this house. It's crazy. And then at that booth, I got 2 patterns. This is the Tracy pullover. And then this one is the Montes pullover. I love this. It probably has cabling. This one's not. Oh, maybe this has a lot of cabling too. If I did, I want to make these so bad, but I'm not cabler. So maybe eventually I'll change my mind on cabling. But this one especially I want to make. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. It's going to take me years to make this. Because you know how long it's been taking to make my hooded scarf, because that's all cables. In fact, I got to sit down and finish it because I'm fed up with this bag being around. And that is it, I did. Right? Oh yeah, and they gave us stick markers when you buy something. So I got 2 because I went back and forth, because I bought 2 different things from Miss Babs. So I got that little cute one, and then I got this cute one. And that's all I did for my back haul. But I usually do much worse. So I got 2 DKs and a sweater quantity. So it's not that bad. Oh, what? No, 3 DKs. And 4. No, 4. Okay. So the other things I want to show you is Molly Klein Designs. She had I had a lot of money left over, so I was very happy about that. So I put a lot more in the bank, but I got to make a sweater set for next fall. Not sweater set, hat and scarf set in her spooky colorway. I'm not an orange person, but I thought this would be so pretty to make a hat, scarf, and glove set. Oh, look how beautiful it is. And then I got this colorway. Again, it's my rose. Oh my god. I love this. I could see buying a sweater quantities in this yarn. This is beautiful. I don't know what sweater I'd make with it, but I want to make a sweater out of this. So Molly, I'm going to get this again. And this one is Let's Do Brunch. And it's the 100% Superwash Merino. This is a DK. It's probably going to be a hat. It's 250 yards. And I think these are DK too. And I got 1 fingerling weight, so I can make a shawl with it to match. And then I got the Halloween colors from Dragon Horde Yarns, because I always want to try the yarns. And I really liked this one thing because it's purple. So this one's All Hallows Eve, and she discontinued it already. It's kind of like a grayish purple. And this one is 436 yards, Superwash Merino Nylon. Look how cute the little, she did like she loves Halloween. So she had Tristan made this beautiful Halloween tag. And then I got this one, Seafoam Mermaid. I think this might be a regular yarn for her, but I thought it was really pretty. And you're paying for shipping. I don't like buying just 1 skein of yarn because I'm cheap like that, and I want it more than 1 skein if I'm going to have to pay for shipping. So it was worth my while. So that is it. And yeah, that's my Rhinebeck haul. My small but mighty one. Yes. Yeah, I next year I think when I go to Rhinebeck, I think I'm gonna go 1 day by myself and then 1 day with the kids, because it was too hard trying to balance them and everything, and I felt bad leaving my husband with them. I know he was fine with them. It's just a little nerve-wracking. Plus, it'll be easier because Justin will be a baby, so he can actually walk a little bit. So I find it's easier when they're walking than when they're in the stroller constantly, because it just confines you a lot from what you're able to do. And then you got to change the diapers and all that. So, I don't know. But hopefully next year. And I also want to hopefully go to Needles Up and what's the other one? Needles Up and Indian Tangled again. Because they said it was much nicer than last year. Because last year was crazy. The only thing is you got to buy tickets. So now I know I have. So even if I could have went this year, I didn't know you had to buy tickets. So now I know I have to buy tickets. So there you go. So I think that is it. All right. So everyone have a wonderful knitting holiday and everything. And I will see you in November. Oh, and also, oh my gosh, I am such a ditz. Oh my gosh. This is my 2nd year podiversary. Yes, so it's 2 years of been doing this. Thank you for everyone who has been tuning in for the 2 years. And thank you if you're a new viewer for tuning in. Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed the show. I know it's a little scary because I'm still sick and I'm just like, oh, I don't know. But have a great weekend. And I will see you in December, actually. This is November. I am so tired. You have no idea. So, see you later. Bye.